Phillips got a piece of it. Knocked out of bounds.
I sense early tension here amongst us. I mean,
there's no question.
Me feeling it, but I mean, we've gotten off to a rough start.
No, not a rough start.
But it's high energy. That's good. It's high energy.
Here is James. Beautifully done by LeBron James. Now James back at the point. James draws a triple coverage. Here's Mim.
What a save.
Ricky Davis with the save. James for Boozer. And the crowd reacts. LeBron James with a gorgeous pass to Carlos Boozer. And now a musical interlude as we head to commercial break. A timeout is called.
We talked about the feel for the game that this young man has. When he encounters the next blue shirt, he goes right to Boozer for the score. I think Silas also realizes, and that's why he's going to Kevin Ollie more, that when you need the true point guard on the floor, you move James over to the 2-spot or small forward position. Takes the pressure off of him by having an Ollie out there.
Here's James. Nicely done by LeBron James. 4th team foul on the Pistons. Both clubs shooting well here in the first quarter. James, and he is fouled. Wallace went for the block. And the foul is called on Wallace. That's his first. LeBron James, foul to the act, will shoot 2.
John Barry, energy, 3-pointers, and Michael Curry, who was a tough defender and a great locker room presence. Really the leader in that locker room.
Williamson spinning his way, rebounded by Mim. Here's James in the open floor. Rejected by Prince. It'll count. It's a goaltend.
That's a really tough call, I think, for the baseline guy to make if you're behind the backboard to determine whether it's on its way down or not. You see LeBron go up. There's the good defensive position, and then Prince, when it looked from that particular angle like he may have gotten it on its way up. This is a little bit better angle. I think he may have gotten it right at the top. Remember back in exhibition season, Darius Miles, as Miles picks it off, started as the starting point guard for a number of the exhibition games.
Oh, James putting the speed on and draws the foul.
Well, that's the type of play that I think the Cavs had hoped for out of Miles. He's an energy guy. If he can get the ball in the middle of the floor, he's a good passer. As you see here, he throws it up to James, who is such a good finisher around the basket, although he doesn't get that one to go, but just so strong. And if he and Miles can play together in the open floor, they are incredibly athletic together.
Hamilton brings the Pistons within 2 as we approach 3 minutes remaining in this first half. We're at Gund Arena in Cleveland. Marv Albert with the czar. Mike Fratello as Boozer is able to take the pass from James. Steve Kerr, Craig Sager. I really think that some of us need, remedial type language, because
you're right. Some of us really do. You're correct.
Can't we all just get along? Didn't Rodney King say that? Can't we all just get along?
James. LeBron James has played well in his 17 minutes, 11 points and 4 assists.
His friends and relatives? Maybe?
No, they would not. In fact, they are here. A minute remaining in the first half. LeBron James able to bank it home.
I think he missed that shot by about 2 feet long and got lucky.
And here's some pressure on the inbounds. Newell comes back to help. Pistons have picked it up after the poor shooting through a good portion of the second quarter. Davis on the back tap. Another possession for Cleveland. James for 3. Been an outstanding first half for the 18-year-old LeBron James. 5 of 9, 16 points, and 4 assists.
I actually watched him pregame shooting 3-pointers. When he had his feet set, Mark, in 3 spots that I watched him shoot, he made about 12 out of 15 3-pointers with his feet set.
Well, and I think as we saw in the preseason, when he missed shots, a lot of it was balance. And you'll see here, he can move a little bit without the ball. He's a smart basketball player, finds the opening, gets his feet set, and knocks it down. I think that's the key for him. I mean, balance is so key for any shooter, but especially for LeBron. He has a tendency to lean back, to fade back, to try some of those acrobatic Michael Jordan style fadeaways, but when he just kind of shoots a fundamentally sound shot with his feet set and nice balance, he's a decent shooter.
16 points, 5 for 10 for the field, 4 assists. Let's go to Craig with LeBron.
Well, Lon, you have the 3-point lead. You guys have been off to good starts, but losing games in the fourth quarter. What do you have to do differently tonight to hold this lead?
You know, mentally just stay focused and just come out and play the same way we did the first half by playing hard on defense and running out on breaks.
Counting the preseason, this is your 29th game this year. That's 3 more than you played all of last year. Is the season wearing, getting tired?
No, I feel good out there. You know, this is a dream for me. You know, I come out and play basketball every day, you know, which I love to do.
The shot off the drive that went off the backboard. Steve Kerr said you overshot it by 2 feet. You did call glass, didn't you?
Yeah, of course, Steve. I call glass.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Craig, LeBron James out of St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio.
Sharing the basketball with his teammates or taking it upon himself to find different ways of scoring. And you see him shifting over from right to left after penetration. When his feet is set and he strokes it like a foul shot, he knocks down the three-pointer. And again, a little bit of dribble, a little bit of penetration, and then as Steve Kerr said, he got lucky off the glass. And all that luck, Steve, by the way, made him the Got Milk Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month, receiving his award. And obviously, Steve, you know that Carmelo was the Western Conference Rookie of the Month.
Surprisingly enough.
How about 55% from the field in the first half for the Cavs? 18 of 33. Detroit, 16 of 38. Sloppy play at both ends.
Can you be a leader at 18 years of age?
I don't think you can. I mean, if you look at Zydrunas Ilgauskas, he's been in the league, what, 7 or 8 years. Ricky Davis has been around. You're going to tell me that they can look at an 18-year-old kid and just listen to everything he says and trust him? It takes time.
Carlos Boozer with 18 points. Still finding his way. He's appeared in only 7 games.
It's a more natural progression, though. He's got to pay his dues, and he's learning, and he's going to get better in practice. That seems to be the way it should work.
Ilgauskas.
They're going back to guys who have paid their dues, as you said, Steve. Kobe Bryant didn't start when he came into the league. He had a guy named Eddie Jones there in front of him.
Neither did Tracy McGrady.
Here's James going to the pull-up. That shot looking pretty good tonight.
That's unbelievable.
James to the left hand, and he draws the foul.
Well, that's one guy that they're not talking about trading LeBron James, but as you go around, you see James again. We saw him earlier come across the lane and switch from right to left and make the left-handed layup. He goes up, 2 hands, floats it with the left hand, and just misses the layup attempt right there. He thought he was going to the line for a 3-point play.
They've shot very well at 52% from the field, led by James with 19. Boozer has 18. Here's James putting it up there. Oh, what a play. Darius Miles from LeBron James.
That's what can happen when you have a player on the floor who sees the entire floor, understands the movement of his teammates, and then has the athleticism and skills to deliver a pass like that. From the time he turned the corner, LeBron James knew what his teammate was going to do coming out of the opposite corner.
And then you have to look at the replay to make a judgment. Then you think that these 3 guys are out here every game trying to figure it all out. As it happens, it's a pretty difficult job.
Foul was called on Bim. Here's Davis. Get the idea following that reverse stuff. Ricky Davis working his way back into this one. What Piston players say was their worst loss of the year, losing to the Sixers, who are without Allen Iverson, without Big Dog Robinson. Then they lost at Houston. Here comes Atkins. Okor. And Mehmet Okor is now 1 of 5 from the field. James is stopped by Hamilton, but a beautiful look. James to Boozer, and the Cavaliers now lead 75-61.
Unselfishness and great passing are infectious. The crowd on their feet here, their teammates showing the energy and excitement that Paul Silas says isn't there all the time. And it all starts with an 18-year-old giving up the basketball rather than trying to score the basketball.
7-point game now here, so exactly what Paul Silas talked about. Can they finish a game?
Prince has 11. LeBron James, yes. Cavaliers 87, Pistons 78-21 for James.
What Paul Silas did by putting Ali in is he reduced the number of players that might feel they need to have shot attempts at the basket to try to get high percentage shots.
Off the turnover, Ali for Newble, gives it right back, and Ali will reset. We're just under 4 remaining in this fourth quarter. Marv Albert with the czar, Mike Fratello, Steve Kerr, and Craig Sager. We're in Cleveland, Ohio. LeBron James and the Cavs extend the lead. A fadeaway by James to give his Cavaliers an 89-78 advantage.
He made the shot, but it still was not a good shot at that time. They could get a better one.
And an offensive foul on Prince. That's his third.
Well, it may not have been a great shot, at least execution-wise, but that's a big shot. And that's what superstar players have to do. Make big shots in situations where their team is trying to win a game, and that was impressive.
Chauncey Billups has been off, only 5 for 14. 2:45 remaining in the fourth. Cavaliers looking to hold on for a precious victory. That was not a good pass by James. 3-on-2. James with the rejection. And this crowd responds.
Well, the pass may not have been a good pass a couple seconds before, but the youngster comes right back and makes up for it by saving 2 points with the rejection.
The shot clock was running down, but Cavaliers now lead 95-86 as we come up on 10 seconds remaining in the game. And this will be a third straight loss for Detroit. They will drop to 14-9. Here's Prince. Oh, Milicic blew the stuff and can't believe it. The Cavaliers with a 95-86 victory over the Pistons. So the Cavs have now, after losing 8 in a row, won 2 of their last 3, and they are now 6-16.
I would think that Paul Silas would tell us this might be one of their best overall games.
Well, they shoot 52%. Carlos Boozer, career-high 28. LeBron James played well, 23 points, 9 assists. Let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, it was a career-high 28 points for Carlos Boozer, also matching your career-high in assists with 9. Why did you guys execute so much better down the stretch tonight?
You know, we didn't been to games like this down the stretch, and now we just really starting to find out how to win down the stretch, and it showed off tonight.
What about your career high?
I was just making shots. My teammates was finding me. I was open. They told me to shoot it, and I was knocking them down.
During halftime, we had a message Magic Johnson had for you. He said, LeBron, take over, take charge. You are the leader. Don't worry about your teammates. Did you feel responsibility to take over?
You know, me and Boozer was in the floor tonight. You know, they look at me as a leader. You know, if I have to score or if I have to pass, you know, I was there for them tonight, and we pulled out the victory.
During your high school career, you lost only 5 games. You guys lost 16. You expected to win every night at Duke. How good does a win like this feel in the NBA?
Oh, it feels great. You know, they're a playoff caliber team, one of the top teams in the East, and for us to beat them at home is a big sign for us.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Let's make them out.
All right, Craig, Boozer, 11 of 16, 28 points, 9 rebounds. James, 23 points, 9 assists. Marv Albert, along with the czar, Mike Fratello, Steve Kerr, Craig Sager, we say good night from Cleveland, where the Cavaliers have defeated the Pistons by the count of 95-86. Thanks to our producer, Scooter Bertino, our director, Renardo Lowe, our statistician, Paul Evans. The Cavs go to 6-16. They have won 2 of their last 3, and Detroit has now dropped 3 straight. They are 14-9. We'll take a short break, and then it's back to our Atlanta studios for a game break presented by EA Sports.